Okay, what we're going to do right now is look at working with images, and we're going to cover some of the most standard things that we want to do with an image. Now, what we have here is a picture of a plane that I just found on Google. I copied and pasted it into here, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to remove the background. Now, as you'll see in the layers, we've got the background layer here, we've got a plane here. When I select the Move tool and click on the plane, I can move it about. But you also notice these little points around the edge. That allows to adjust the image. If I do one of the corner ones like this, I can adjust its rotation. If I do anything I dislike, I'm going to hit Control and Z to undo. But yes, rotation. And if I click actually on that, I can then change its size. Now, when we're changing the size, we normally want to keep the width and height in the same ratio. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down Shift and click, and now you see it retains its proportion. If you're editing an image, you probably want to make it as big as possible before you start editing, just so you've got more room to work with. Once I think the edit's okay, I'm just going to click on Return to make sure that the system knows that I've done editing. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in a bit. I'm doing that by clicking down the Alt key, that's the one to the right of the Windows key, and using the mouse wheel to scroll in and out. Now, you can see here the background is all a pretty uniform blue. So there are a couple of ways we can do this. One is by going over to here and selecting the Magic Wand tool. We click on the area here, you notice it's done a pretty good job of selecting all the blue that's about the same. So if I then hit delete afterwards, it's done a pretty good job there. But you'll also notice that there's a little bit of a blue line left around everything. Now I'm undoing what I've just done to show the next stage of this. What I can do, I'm just going to hit Control D to deselect everything, is I can also use the Quick Select tool. What this does is allows you to paint over an area that you want to have removed, like so. And this will select all the bits you want to remove. Now, sometimes if you look down here, you can see it's not selected the bottom bit of the plane. If I hold down the Alt key and then use the selection tool again on the areas I want to keep in, it now does a better job of working out what I'm doing. And so what you can do is go back and forth, selecting areas that you want to keep and excluding areas you want to get rid of. And now, want to keep this section. And now if I zoom out and hit the backspace, you can see this one's actually done a pretty good job of going right out to the edge. I did accidentally get rid of the cockpit there, but that is the second way of doing it. And what we can also do is if you grab the polygonal lasso, what we could even just do is go around the picture clicking the outline. Now I'm just going to quickly finish off this one, but you see now it selects whichever area was in the click. Alright, I'm going to come back later to show more options for working with images.